Hello, and welcome to episode 16 of Sports Life Talk South. Because the butterfly, that's, let me see that Tootsie roll. That was a good body roll, Ms. El Paso, our host for the evening.
Buenos días, todos.
And I am your speed trap babe because I am that person with 8 million people that always gets a speeding ticket.
This is true. Well, I mean, I've been in a car with you. You usually hit the speed limit.
I have to now because to the point where one more and I'm like a third offender or something. And I don't know, do I go to jail in Texas? Like what? What happens?
Yeah, let's go ahead and hit that speed limit then. Girl, hold on. How are you a third offender and I'm over here? I end up rolling stop signs. Like I'm a stop roller. There you go.
I went through, this is my luck. I went through a yellow light. I swear it was yellow and got pulled over. That was on Washington, which of course I'm not going to be running red lights on Washington. That's a very busy street. And the cop was like, do you know why I'm pulling you over? I'm like, actually, I don't. Well, you just ran that red light. Pretty sure it was yellow. Nope, it was red.
Wow. Brittany. Sorry, babe. I don't know what happened.
Hello, Across the Pond Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. You guys are the coolest. I have been watching every single one. So, guys, just real quick, Across the Pond Sports Network, they cover everything. They cover football, basketball, golf. I want to see some more golf episodes. I know that that's not really happening right now, but well, actually, it's the big tournament in Arizona. The Waste Management should be coming up. No, maybe that's October. I don't know. I need to check into that and see when that tournament is. But definitely check them out on Instagram and Spotify and iTunes and YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts because they are awesome. Brittany is traveling for work. She just got to her hotel, and I guess she can't get into the cast. So we're going to have to speak with her through the comments because I don't know how to do it.
There's a little button that says invite, but I'm scared to press it.
Press it. See what happens.
No, because what if something happens? Okay, let's see. Yeah, no, I can't do it. No. Okay, well, what are we drinking?
All right. Well, don't tell Southern Star. But I went out of town during the 12 days of Krampus. So I'm way behind on the 12 beers. I think I made it day 1 through 4. So this is a very belated day 6. And it is a Rootin' Texas Sati Ale. And I find this one extremely delicious. So,
what does it taste like?
What does it taste like? Beer.
Mm-hmm. Would have never guessed that.
No.
Would have never guessed that.
It actually, it definitely tastes like an ale, but it's a little bit of a stronger ale. And it's got kind of a back taste to it. But I really like this one. It's got I like a strong taste in my beers. So this is perfect for me. However, you cannot just go buy this. You had to have the 12 pack, which might still be available in stores. I will find out and I'll post a comment on this episode to let you all know if it's still available in stores or not. But it was the 12 days of Kraken. I watched it while I was on the road. So I would tune into their Instagram live and check out, what beer they were drinking. But I obviously didn't fly with a 12-pack of beer. So
that sucks. Well, I hope that they do sell it because I kind of want to try it now. So I'm drinking a nice twist off of white wine that my coworker gave me that she said she's had in her living room for the last 12 months. And because I was running late, I also put ice in it because I like my white wine chilled and it tastes like crap. So no shade to the wine, but definitely shade to my Misty cup for allowing me to put ice in the wine. So, oh well. Right. Cheers.
Cheers to you and cheers to everybody that is watching. Brittany said Waste Management is February, so it is coming up. I felt like it was coming up, but I hadn't checked the dates, and we're definitely going to have to go to that because that's the biggest party in golf.
All right. Well, as we're getting ready to do our sports fact, this is going to be something different that we're doing each week instead of doing the athlete of the week. And if you kind of want to explain it, Alayna and Brittany, as she's explaining it and getting ready to tell her sports fact, why don't you start typing so we can see yours? All right, Alayna.
Dun, dun, dun. New segment alert. So this segment is called Fact Check Against the Glass. I don't know how to play hockey. Probably haven't been on ice skates since I was 4 years old, but I have always dreamed of slamming someone up against the glass wall whilst playing hockey. I get some mean streaks in me and have that aggression, and I just want to boom. Anyway,
that makes sense.
This is called Fact Check Against the Glass. So we are going to each throw out a fact, and then the audience is going to vote on who had the best fact. And at the end of the 4-week period, we're going to have a winner on who had the best fact in sports. We do want these facts to be relevant to what is happening today in sports. So, for example, if baseball is not playing, please know baseball facts. And Misty's face looks like, she's like, oops. Oopsie.
You know me so well.
I saw her face like, uh-oh, I missed the assignment.
But no, I can, in my fact, there was another fact, and I'll just say the other fact.
Okay. All right, cool. So who wants to go first?
I will, since it's very short because I missed the assignment. So the average action time in a football game is 11 minutes, according to the Wall Street Journal in 2013.
Well, what was wrong with that?
No, mine was on baseball.
Oh.
Baseball, in an average 3-hour game of baseball, there's only 18 minutes of action.
What?
Yeah, there's more action in baseball than there is in football. Isn't that crazy?
So wait, the average time for like a play is 11 minutes in football, like a continuous play?
In 2013, they reached the number by taking the stopwatch to 3 different games and timing everything that happened. When they categorized the parts that the game could be considered action, they averaged the results. So 18 minutes includes balls in play, runner advancement attempts on stolen bases, wild pitches, ball strikes, fouls, all that good stuff. So in baseball, a 3-hour game really only has 18 minutes of action.
Wow.
And in football, they did the same thing, but I didn't get that information because I did the wrong assignment. It only has 11 minutes, which that's just crazy. So many hours. Not so much action.
Not so much action in so many hours. I'm not gonna.
That's what she said.
Well, am I aggressive, but my mind also goes straight to the gutter. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go since Brittany's not typing yet. I can't see the little dots. No, I'm just kidding. But this one goes along with our super exciting Grand Prix F1 championship. And I'm just going to ask you to guess. How many parts do you think it makes to take a Formula One or to make a Formula One race
car? Seeing that I've already scratched 10 pieces outside my car, I'm going to say 20.
20 parts to make an F1 race car.
Yes.
Okay. Brittany, across the pond, what do you think? How many parts? No Googling.
Okay, no. So as they're putting their numbers down, my reasoning is the panels outside the car. Oh, that's not to. Well, yeah, the panels outside the car is 10, and then you have the motor, the gas, the wiper. Well, no, not the wiper. There's some other stuff, the accelerator, whatever. I don't know.
So there are. What did I say? Only 2 days out there a year, there are no professional sports games. What?
That's her fact.
Oh, okay. Only 2 days out of the year there. Oh, that's a good fact. What 2 days are those?
Yeah, she needs. Okay, so explain your parts thing so that.
Okay. So while we're trying to figure out what 2 days those are, F1 race car is made out of 80,000
Damn.
So can you imagine when that car is wrecked, which happens often, how expensive it is to fix? And how they keep all of that straight, I have no idea. I mean, we're talking bolts, nuts, seals. So that's how it really, really, gets up there. But I was shocked whenever I saw that.
I would love to go to a Formula race after it finishes and take my car in for a tune-up because they would have every part necessary. I would feel like
you will never have seen your tires changed so quickly.
I'd be so happy. Everything would be great. That's a really good one. 80,000 parts. Wow. All right. Well, we're going to wait for Brittany to put hers in. But as we're waiting, let's just go ahead and go into the Formula race. Alayna, you were trying to explain to me why this race was so important and how there's two people that make up this whole, now I want to say fiasco, but this whole thing that happened with this race.
Yes. So going into the last race in Abu Dhabi, Max Verstappen, who drives for Red Bull, and Lewis Hamilton, who drives for Mercedes, were tied for the championship. So this race was the true finale, meaning that this last race of the entire season chose the champion.
Oh. Dang. Okay. And then?
And the two of them have been fighting every single race, like neck and neck. There has been all kinds of issues as far as like, who cut whom off, who cut a corner. I mean, it has been not without drama the entire season. But what I will tell you is that both of these drivers have had an impeccable season. In fact, both of them actually almost a perfect season between the two of them. Hence the reason they were tied going into the championship. So in, dramatic fashion, Verstappen overtakes Lewis Hamilton the very last lap of the race and wins the race.
Wow.
Now, it wasn't without further issue because within 30 minutes after the race, Mercedes put in a protest against the officials because they had a safety car out there and they felt like, because there was actually a wreck on, I believe it was there was only 5 laps to go when there was a crash. So they brought the safety car out and they felt that the safety car had violated some of the rules. I actually don't fully understand, it's like rule 48.1 of the, and you read it and you're like, okay, whatever. I don't even know what that means. Right. But their protest was dismissed and Verstappen is the rightful winner. Although, from our previous episodes that I'm not a fan of Max Verstappen. I'm a huge Lewis Hamilton fan. I think that Max is kind of a little prick. But he definitely, he got this one. Red Bull made the right decision to bring him in for a pit stop, put on the soft tires, which gave him greater speed going into the last lap. And lo and behold, he overtook Lewis and won the race. And he is the new champion of F1. In fact, he is the 4th youngest to win the championship. The first was Vettel at 23 years and 133 days. The second being Lewis Hamilton, also at 23 years and 300 days. We have to go by days because a lot of these guys won the same year. And then Fernando Alonso is number 3 at 24 years and 57 days. And then Verstappen is the 4th youngest winner at 24 years and 73 days. He actually debuted at 17 years old.
Wow.
So I think probably a lot of, I don't know, my discontent with him is just because he's so young. And you can imagine, like, we have really seen him grow up through this sport. So that is something that I do appreciate and that I do like. And you've seen, him grow a lot. What I will tell you is he is an extremely, extremely aggressive driver and does not apologize. for it. So I'll give him that. Like, own your role, Max. Not that you care what I think, but.
Well, I mean, imagine being 17, you're in high school, and you're like, hey, teacher, my homework's going to be late because I got something on Saturday that I got to do with these other like 20-year-olds who really hate me. Like, yeah, you got to be cocky at that point. You got to be really cocky. So now
I got to go 1
like
million.
him.
I'm sorry, private school is just not for me anymore.
Exactly. All right, Brittany answered the question. She said the day before and after MLB All-Star break.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know. This is why I have such a large bar tab at a lot of these sports bars here in Houston. Okay, let's move over to the Rams and Cardinals game. So yesterday in Arizona, St. Louis played the Arizona Cardinals, and I said St. Louis Rams played the Arizona Cardinals.
It's not St. Louis anymore.
Oh, my bad. I'm old school with it.
You went way old school with it.
I did.
Which is why I used to hate the Rams, but now I actually kind of like them.
And it's almost why I don't want to think of the Raiders being in Vegas. I really want them to still be in Oakland. So yes, the LA Rams defeated the Cardinals 30-23, and the Cardinals are now in third place. They were up there. Everybody was saying that this is the team, and they got knocked out. So, but yeah, they have a chance though. Next week they played. This week coming up they play the Lions. So they'll win against them, or maybe not. I'm still pulling for the Lions. I'm really hoping I hope they just upset everybody. So
the Cardinals are definitely going to beat the Lions next week. There's no doubt about it. And they're actually still first in the NFC West with the Rams in second now on the NFC West. So they'll be able. I think that the Rams play Seattle, which possibly could be a tough game, and then the Cardinals have the Lions, so they'll definitely win. But yeah, that was a crazy game. I did actually watch part of that game. I didn't watch the whole thing, but the Rams had 2 star players out for COVID protocols. Similar, but dissimilar to the Chicago Bulls, which have 10 players out with COVID protocols. And I believe they have exactly 8 players, which is enough to play, but they have actually just postponed their next 2 games. Thank goodness, because I mean, you're talking deep on that bench. Like they're calling up Urlacher, and they're like, "Hey, come back. You still live in Chicago? Come play for the Bulls." I mean, there's nobody left on that roster.
Well, I think with this pandemic that's going on, this might be just something that happens with all the teams. I mean, it came out, I think this morning, that they're having problems with a lot of these players, being positive. So yeah, it's even my fantasy league is like, it's a bust because every time I look, I'm like, oh yeah, I got this dude. He's going to be great. And then the next thing you see is like out for COVID. I'm like, no,
not again. Got to reset my bench. I will say big ups to Eric Gordon because he got invited to the Scarface concert with us. And he was like, no, I can't go because I can't be around a bunch of people with COVID. I got to be able to play. And I was like, bravo to an NBA player that, is like staying away from crowds and not out at the clubs. And he's healthy and he's actually doing really well. He's done very well the past couple of games. So sorry, I know the NBA is not even on the docket tonight, but
it's okay. We're really going to kind of go through quickly with the docket anyhow, because let's move over to Urban Meyers at Jacksonville. All I got to say is college coaches do not belong in the NFL. I don't know why they keep trying. Just let it go. Urban, it's a wrap. Just let it, just bye. Adios.
So, he didn't deny the allegations of calling his peers, employees, assistant coaching staff, whatever you'd call that in the NFL, losers. which actually kind of cracks me up.
It's Urban Meyers. It's Urban. Like, what do people expect? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think I would like to go party with him. No lie.
Yeah, no, he's that guy. Like, I don't want to work with him, but I do want to party with him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, really quickly, NCAA, the Baylor Bears beat Villanova. They are now number 1 in the AP rankings, followed by Duke, Purdue, UCLA, and Gonzaga. I am sad that Michigan State's 12, but it's okay. It's super early. March Madness has not come here yet, but I am looking at Alabama kind of side-eye because they are number 6 right after Gonzaga. So these are always interesting to watch because these are the teams that come up and either fail or succeed after that first round. So yeah, just because Baylor's number 1 doesn't mean anything, but it's good to see Duke back in the race again. It's been I know I shouldn't say that. Everybody who went to Duke me right now, like, you said you cheer for Michigan and Duke. What the fuck? Oh, sorry.
Oh man, no. Look, if my cousins, who are usually on, were here, they would be coming after you right now because they're UNC. So they and my auntie, she might be watching. I'm sorry, Aunt Jamie. She didn't mean it. She did not mean it.
I'm telling you now, like, come next month, I'm going to be all about the NCAA basketball. That's like my jam right there. So that's when I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to celebrity gossip really quick. Tonight, it's not about body goals. It's about mind goals. Kim Kardashian passed the baby bar exam after failing 3 times. This girl said, no, I will try again and again and again. And then she passed it. But here's a surprising thing that happened last week on Real Housewives of Orange County. Emily Simpson in the episode says that her husband failed the bar exam, not the baby. There's 2 different ones, baby bar exam and then the regular bar exam. She says, my husband failed it 4 times. And thank God for COVID because they lowered the scores, the minimum score to pass the test. So he passed the test. Makes me wonder if Kim Kardashian passed because of them lowering the scores. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, wow. But I will give her kudos for this. California and New York have the hardest bars exams. So even if they lowered it, it's still probably comparable to any other bar exam in the South. Just joking. That's
well, and I give Kim K.
No shade to anybody who took the bar exam in the South.
Yeah, I give Kim K. major props for not giving up.
Yeah.
Fail, try again. That's a real hungry athlete right there, Kim K.
4 kids, going through a divorce, selling your skims and all that stuff. Like, yeah, bravo to her. So another person who said, I have mind goals, not body goals, is Megan Thee Stallion. Megan graduated from Texas Southern University this weekend with a bachelor's in science for health administration. In the People magazine, she had an article where she said, they asked her, like, what are you going to do next? She said, I really wanted to be an administrator over a hospital, but I knew I still wanted to be Megan Thee Stallion, which she can do both. She said, I was like, what can I do? And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an assisted living facility and use the money that I make from rapping to open it. Then I'm going to let my classmates run it. So
what?
That's what she said.
That is amazing.
Right?
That is unbelievable. She never ceases to amaze me. I'm telling you, Megan Thee Stallion is the truth, man.
So I guess that assisted living place would be called Stallion Hospital or what? I mean, Meg the Stallion Hospital.
Okay, we gotta let's for next episode, let's all come with our name for her new assisted living facility. Each come up with a name.
we can do that and sell it to her.
The Stallion Palace, but that sounds like a strip club. So,
well, what if that? I mean, is that part of if that's part of the recreation and activities for the assisted living place?
There you go. She can have Cardi B come and give lessons.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, seriously, think about it. If she creates an assisted living place that's comparable to something that we like, like you do the Tootsie Roll during lunch, or you start getting knees like Megan Thee Stallion, so you do your aerobics. I don't know. I'm just making up these things. But yeah, I'm excited about this. And I'm very interested to see if it opens up. All right, Alayna, what's the player anthem?
I am definitely here for that. If Megan, I might go into. I mean, I am like traveling with a geriatric, so I might go check myself into Megan Thee Stallion's assisted living facility, especially if there's pole classes. Let's get it on. All right. And speaking of getting it on, obviously we got a need for speed today. So rev up those engines because this week's player anthem is for all those Formula One drivers, and it is The Distance by Cake. So our player anthem is The Distance by Cake. It has probably been years since you have heard that song, so make sure you go and check it out on iTunes or Spotify. You remember how it goes, Misty?
No, I'm really sitting here thinking like,
he's going the distance.
Oh, yes.
And then at the beginning it's really like, I don't remember the exact like first words, but it's like crouching at the starting line, engines and thumping in time. Like it goes like real low and kind of slow and hard at first, and then boom. I love it.
That's
I might have to put that on my karaoke list.
Yes. And I'm going to have to put it in my radio list of, a song to listen to while I'm in traffic.
Just be careful, though, while you're driving because you will speed to that song.
I will be careful.
Yeah, so don't speed. No more tickets.
Well, the way the traffic is working right now in Houston during holiday season, there's no way you can speed. It's like bumper to bumper right now.
That is a good point. Yeah, it was very slow coming home today, for sure.
All right, player hater.
Oh, speaking of that day job, coming home from the numero uno job, I should say the day job, the job. This week for player hater, we are diving into analytics and keywords, which my company uses to make sure that we are giving our end users the best customer service. So we actually focus a lot on analytics, a lot on what our customers are searching for when they're on our e-commerce site, and then also what they say in like their 10Ks, what's important to them. We take serious note on all of that. So there was a company called Pickwise that analyzed the last 12 months of 2021 on Twitter, and they were looking for phrases that were containing words or hashtags that are known as abusive. So, for example, if I said LeBron James sucks, ding, one point for LeBron James. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a list. So our player hater this week is a list of basically the most hated players on Twitter. And that is based off of how many people troll them. So how many abusive words are in reference to their name. So I've got all 10. I'm going to have to read the list for you because I don't remember all 10 in my head.
Right.
But so number 1 was LeBron James at 568,000 abusive words used against LeBron. Second was Marcus Rashford, which at 32,000. So the gap between the two was 90,000 words. That is 73% greater for LeBron James than the number 2 spot. So what does that tell you? I mean, the trolls really, really are hating and throwing shade at LeBron James. Number 3 was football. Can you guess who it was? Because all of these are the best in their sport, by the way.
Cutler?
No, but I mean that he's too insignificant in 2021, but that would be a great one for Bears fans for sure. Smokin' Jay, though, I really like the alter ego, and I really liked him on that one show with that Hills girl. But number 3 is Tom Brady.
Okay.
Like I said, it's like all the GOATs kind of, and number 4, Kevin Durant at 24,000. Number 5, Bubba Wallace, which NASCAR. Number 6, Damian Lillard. Number 7, Trevor Bauer. Not a surprise at all for me there, especially after all of the, not only him pitching for the Dodgers, but all of the nasty stuff that he did. Number 8, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 9, Steph Curry. And number 10 was Mesut Ozil, who's also a soccer player. So this is not just the list that I find interesting, but how many of each sport was represented in the top 10 was even more interesting to me. So there were 4 basketball players on the top 10 list, 3 soccer players, 1 football, 1 racing, and then 1 baseball. And guaranteed baseball would have even made the list if Trevor Bauer wouldn't have been such a dirty boy this past year.
That makes sense. Well, he's not getting any presents today, for Christmas this year. And neither is a lot of those people on the list, especially LeBron. He gets no love from those 90,000 people who looked him up and made him the number 1 person. All right. Well, we are out of time. Alayna, if you want to go ahead and give us the outro.
Yes. Hey, I want to thank everyone for joining us. What up, Coach? We see you. Thank you for joining us. Brittany, so sorry we had technical difficulties. Could not get you in. Across the Pond Sports Network, thank you for joining us. As always, you guys have been freaking superb. Do not forget to subscribe on YouTube, Sports Life Talk, Sports Life Talk South. Subscribe, like, comment. Throw in some facts that you want us to use for our next week and the upcoming weeks. That would be fun. Get some audience participation here. Go on to Instagram and follow Dresses and Salted Pretzels, Sports Life Talk, and MIZZ_El Paso on Instagram as well. Cannot beat the content. Real quick before we sign off and say goodbye, Brittany's birthday video is going viral, so make sure you go on Dresses and Salted Pretzels and check out that video of her having a seizure. Don't worry, the medics came. She's okay. And make sure and join us every Tuesday, 7 p.m. We love you guys. Peace.
Bye. Adios.